It's not the end of me playing Spider-Man. There's definitely more to come. I sat down with some of our creatives and we pitched SpiderMan 3, which is going to be something very special, something very different. And you know, I'm just so grateful that Marvel changed my life and allowed my dreams to come true. And Sony are allowing me to continue living my dream. So, you know, it's a crazy thing, and it's never been done before, but we'll see how it goes, and it'll be as amazing and as fun.
What is good, YouTube? WarStew here with a video on Spider-Man in the MCU, the VenomVerse, and beyond. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure to subscribe to never miss any videos. So, this video is a theory video in a way, but it is backed up from an interview with Mr. Tom Holland himself. So, with all the Spider-Man controversy this summer, most of it being 99% of it being fake. So, let's break it down. So, the MCU deal was smashed. Spider-Man was leaving the MCU forever. We get San Diego Comic-Con, no Spider-Man 3 news, and pretty much everyone already knew behind the scenes the deal was smashed, although no one was talking about it. So, you would have seen the video clip I played before. That was on purpose, guys, because Tom Holland said, I'm still Spider-Man, don't worry, everything's going to be cool. Almost like he already knew about this. So, what is interesting is, I don't really believe Tom Holland, not specifically Tom Holland, Marvel and Sony. So what am I on about? Let's break this down, guys. So Tom Holland is a fairly young actor in Hollywood. He wants to play Spider-Man for as long as he physically can. I believe that. So the MCU deal was over. Sony was not talking to Disney. Disney was not talking to Sony. Yet you've got all these insiders, you know, these wannabe insiders who are getting information from left, right, and center, even though they've got no validation, no following, no nothing, saying, yes, the MCU Spider-Man deal was never broken, it was always there, and then claim exclusivity to the scoop when the deal was back on the table. Bear with me, guys, this is going to be long-winded. So, yeah, that's what happened, okay? Then we got a new deal, then we find out that Kevin Feige has allowed, well, not really allowed, because had this stipulation not been allowed, the deal would never have been made. Oh wait, didn't Tom Holland, you know, a literal young actor, literally make two of the biggest studios in Hollywood? Well, at least Disney is one of the biggest studios. Sony Pictures not as big. So Tom Holland spoke to Robert Iger, aka Bob Iger, and he spoke to the head of Sony and was like, guys, I want to be Spider-Man. I'm not losing my ticket. So either this is the case or I'm going to walk away. No, guys, that is not what happened, is it? And it got me thinking. I've been thinking about like a few videos over the last few days. I've been on planes for like 10, 11 hours. So I've had a lot of thinking time. I've written a lot of video concepts. So the concept is Tom Holland has essentially said there's going to be a live action Spider-Verse already. And we don't even know about it. Now, what is the evidence? So the evidence here is simple. Tom Holland renegotiated a multi-million dollar contract. But what do you mean? Well, he didn't at all. So essentially what happened is Disney and Sony had some bad blood. We had Sony saying that Kevin Feige's too busy. And then Kevin Feige comes out to be the new chief creative officer, basically in control of the whole of Marvel now. And he's also involved in the next Star Wars movie and literally could take over the Star Wars franchise as the Star Wars franchise is dying. But WarStew, the ticket sales for the latest Star Wars movie blew EndGame record out of the water based on Atom ticket sales. Yeah, I agree with that. They did. But Star Wars does not have the hype that EndGame has. Avengers Endgame had such a big hype, didn't it? So let's keep on this idea. So you're telling me that Tom Holland negotiated a massive deal saying, right, I want to make you happy and I want to make you happy. So let's just say that I can be in the MCU, I can be in another team-up movie, and I can also be in the VenomVerse. So the story breaks. And it's revealed that Spider-Man is the only character in the whole universe who can travel across cinematic universe from one to the other. So if anyone believes this, I don't really know why. Did you really believe Tom Holland negotiated the new Spider-Man deal for real? Yeah, that never happened. But let's play along with this little game that it did happen. So essentially the real reasoning behind why they come out and said Tom Holland was the pinnacle part of these two big studios not agreeing is because neither Sony or Disney wanted to look bad to the mainstream media. So then I come across this interview back from June 19th. Tom Holland wants a live-action Spider-Verse movie with Garfield and Maguire. So let me get this straight. Tom Holland negotiated a big deal for Sony and the MCU. Tom Holland wants a live-action Spideyverse movie. So literally, Tom Holland can literally do anything he wants. He wanted a new MCU deal. He got it. He wants a new MCU kind of live-action Sony-verse, Spider-Verse, almost like Into the Spider-Verse. So literally, Tom Holland is not asking, he is saying. So Tom Holland has literally revealed the future of the Sonyverse is going to be a live action Spider-Verse movie. Now we know that Tom Holland will appear in Venom 2. That is literally being confirmed in the deal where it says he is the only character who can breach cinematic universes. So he's going to appear in that movie. Now we know that Jared Leto, the former Joker, who according to a recent interview is still the Joker and still is working with Warner Bros. Yeah, a bit confused. Don't ever believe anything that anyone reports unless it is factually correct. Because even though the Joker movie did amazing and it's actually beaten Deadpool already, and it had a $17 million budget, I'm going somewhere with this. So Jared Leto will be playing Morpheus in the Sonyverse, essentially. Now Tyrese Gibson, who is a character, he is an FBI agent chasing down Morpheus, revealed to his friend that also his character will be in the MCU. So it's one big universe. They just haven't said that yet. And then we get to a ridiculous article from, I'm not really going to say where it's come from because I'm trying to be more credible. Marvel plans to take 2 more Spider-Man trilogies after this one. Yeah, good luck with that, guys. Now, I personally think that the deal is going to break unless both parts are happy. And the only way they can be happy, guys, is if both let the other reappear, which is very interesting. So we know there will be a Spider-Man 3, there will be a Spider-Man 4. It's just a case of when, who, what, where, when's the Sinister Six, etc. So there's an article, it's something, a made-up story, I don't know what it is, that essentially says Marvel's planning to make 2 more Spider-Man trilogies. So they're going to make 6 more movies. No, it really should read Marvel's Sony plan. But I don't really think they're going to keep Spider-Man trilogies going, to be honest. And you know, there's also the Captain Marvel news that has not dropped yet, but that's going to be dropping shortly in the next 5 days, I've been told. But yeah, Captain America 4 is also in development, which is very interesting. So let's get to this interview back in June. But you gotta remember, Tom Holland literally said, I want this. And according to this, he was the person that did the deal. So he was asked in an interview while speaking to Jake Hamilton during the promotion for Spider-Man Far From Home. Holland attempted to play it cool, but was visibly pressed. When asked if the multiverse would make a team-up with actors Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, he began to give a non-answer before finally breaking. Of course, I would love to make a movie with those guys. It would be cool, Holland said. It would be amazing. It will be really, really cool. It's something that the fans really want. And as we found out, the fans were going to boycott Spider-Man. They were even more savage than the Justice League Snyder Cut fanboys. Seriously, so many petulant responses. Websites who are so loyal to Marvel and Marvel-based characters that they were going to boycott Spider-Man 3 if it happened in the Sonyverse. And it didn't happen in MCU. Yes, you know exactly what I'm saying here, guys. So let's just put this into retrospect. So whether Marvel and Sony decided to do that, it's up to them. It's not up to me. I can't walk in and like Kevin Feige, this is what we're doing on the next one. But it would be really awesome. But hang on a minute. He literally stormed in to Bob Iger's office. Or was this done on the Okay, we don't really get the details because that story never happened. But he says, I can't walk into Kevin Feige and say, this is what we do on the next one. Well, you can, guys. You really can. If you went to the head of Sony Pictures and the head of Disney, not the head of Marvel, the head of Disney, Robert Iger, you pretty much cannot get higher than him. And you said, this is the deal, take it or leave it, I'm out. So, yeah, literally, Tom Holland has just confirmed, literally, he confirmed it 3 months ago, back in June, that, yeah, that this is going to happen. There's going to be a live-action movie. He can. Tom Holland, according to the most social media, according to Robert Iger and everyone saying, yes, it was Tom Holland. Tom Holland has literally said there's going to be a live-action with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So I don't want anyone in the comment section to say, this is not true. This is clickbait. He never said this. Guys, literally, if you believe what they said, then Tom Holland renegotiated a multi-million-dollar contract and that allows Disney to co-finance every movie spin-off from Spider-Man in the VenomVerse, and people are like, what's you, he never said. Guys, learn how to use Google. It's not my job as a content creator to deliver all the information to you. I give you the information. If you can't find the information I talk about, that is not my problem. So what is good, YouTube? This is interesting. This is getting very heated. So essentially, if Tom Holland can rock up and say, yep, this is the new deal, Tom Holland literally made it. It was on death's dawn. There was no talks until Tom Holland came along. He can literally say whatever he wants and he can literally make a live action movie. Now, of course, Tom Holland isn't a director. I am not saying that. But what I'm saying is the tidbit that are apparently true that Tom Holland saved MCU Spider-Man, then I'm pretty sure he revealed back in June that there will be a live action Into the Spideyverse with him and with other Spider-Mans. And also in the news, what I'm hearing is this is even crazy, guys. I mean, I didn't really think this would get even more crazy than this. So apparently, if this isn't the case, there's going to be 2 variations of Tom Holland Spider-Man. There's going to be a VenomVerse Spider-Man and an MCU Spider-Man. Now, this literally, physically does not make any sense. Why would it say in his contract, Tom Holland is the only character in the cinematic universe who can cross cinematic universes? So this makes a lot of sense. So I'm expecting to see Tom Holland in Venom, in more of it. I'm expecting to see Tom Holland everywhere because his literal power now is he can cross cinematic universes. Now, can he cross over into the Disney universe and the DCEU? Because they weren't actual literal with what universes he could cross over into. They said cinematic universes, and the definition of cinematic universe is literally a universe that's on the big screen, in other words. So it is very interesting. It is. I might, guys, do a video talking about this article that Marvel's planning to make 2 more SpiderMan trilogies after this one. But then again, I might not, because if you read the source, the problem with certain sources is, yes, we got it, the same source that told us this, the same source that told us that. No, guys, you're talking about the Hawkeye stuff. You literally got it from TMZ. And just because a trusted insider source backed everything up, but that trusted inside source is a cool dude, but that inside source also has had multiple things wrong in the past. Marvel is planning to produce 2 more Spider-Man trilogies, as previously reported. The odds are looking high that another Disney and Sony agreement will be made come 2022 if all goes through. Sources say it leads to a further 6 MCU movies, Spider-Man movies. But the problem with this, guys, is they literally reported the same story 4 months ago, yet for no reason people don't remember. They literally said Marvel's planning to make 7 movies before the deal broke. So the problem is here, guys, is a lot of people are just posting stuff because a website reports stuff that isn't validated by anyone, and their validation is literally an insider that said something about Hawkeye, but he didn't say anything about this Spider-Man 6 new deal. So it is very interesting. But guys, if you do want me to talk about this ridiculous story, then let me know down below, because I've got some ideas about how that possibly could play out. But it all depends on really Spider-Man 3. Is Deadpool going to appear in Spider-Man 3? That is what I'm interested in. I'm really interested in, is Deadpool going to appear in Spider-Man 3? So guys, like I said, Tom Holland revealed back in June there will be a live action Spider-Man movie. So guys, please don't comment in the comment section, because literally if Tom Holland can save the MCU Spider-Man, then he can storm in the room and say, Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, this is what we're doing. I'm the star. I'm bigger than an actor. I'm actually the director. Then that could physically, mentally happen. I know, it's cool. Tom Holland can literally do anything he wants in this role because he is the role. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.